What up, y'all? It ain't no point wait till tomorrow. Let's go ahead and finish off this revolution, this empire of Rome, the empires. Okay, right here one time. Okay, now Rome is breaking up into smaller, manageable pieces. This is revolution. More and more common people can enter and work or work for positions of power. Soldiers get land for free, with their infrastructure building teams for hire. With their infrastructure building team for hire. Excuse me. With their infrastructure building team for hire. You can have Roman roads, aqueducts, farming systems, and with Rome making everything that it touches a part of itself. From cities to citizens, my evidence shows a place that is too big to be controlled by one management system. Rome's greatness comes from giving aid, bringing roads and education from one area to another. This was a comprehensive approach to meeting the needs of a region. Every region associated with Rome becomes a country. See, we never had countries before this. We had kingdoms and castles. Now, after the Empire of Rome, we have countries. See, we had provinces. Everything was owned by the king. Now, I still don't see the spiritual connection. What I did see is that Rome splinters into all the kingdoms you know today. The capital of the old empire becomes France. See, around the year 600, I just thought it was a war. But what comes out of Rome in this years will astonish you. See, to start, only the king could own land. However, then when Rome is gone, the way you get property is through faith, not in God. Not in God, but in being. See, you must find a master. To find a great master is easy. They have lots of success and there are a great deal of people working for them. What you need is a young master, just out of school or just starting his business. See, and if you stick with him and his success, you can sell probably some of his land for him. But you must lend yourself out a great deal in order to achieve success like that. See, this is like becoming president of your neighborhood, at least. This is how things remain until the Crusades. Then it dawned on me that I just want the history of America. Then it dawned on me again, months after I started this, no, I just wanted to know how real estate started. No, so then I started to try to sum things up. See, I tried to find out what are the parameters to buying and purchasing land during such time periods. See, so after all that Roman business, I didn't see a clear change for over 300 years. I mean, not a drop, not a ripple. So the year 1000 comes up and the Crusades start. Now here I go trying to finish this off. The most unsolved war in history comes up. And the most unsolved war in history comes up. Now there's months of research on this. Okay. Above this, which you've already read, so I won't get into any further. So at the beginning, my thought was like everybody else. Some wars fought over evil people stealing and killing. Okay. However, after my research, it is still unclear what motivates popes to take action they do, or they did. With reading the history linearly, it is easy to see that the trip between Britain and Jerusalem was one in well use, but much needed repair. They had been out of contact with Jerusalem for quite some time. The evidence shows a great instability for most all of the regions in the east. After the Crusades reached its climax, the two in charge were religious leaders. Richard the Lion, and Salah Eddin. Now there is more safety and clarity of records after this event shows that the Crusades were the sole reason the original Muslim Caliphate returned to its glory. Then the dawns began to come, and the day did not stop. I began to see clear, blissful mornings in my mind. I began to ponder, why would the Catholic Church be so desperate to get into Jerusalem? Why would Christians want to be in a place where there are Muslims and Jews? Your mind goes first to take over and kill, to destroy. But the evidence is compelling. In the year 1000, what would make a Christian look at Jerusalem? What would make Muslims look at what makes Jews look at Jerusalem? Well, it's obvious. It's been 1,000 years since Jesus. This is a drove of celebrating worshipers mistaken for armies. See, there's no positive information that is readily available. I think it's because many died. That whatever good it was supposed to be was overshadowed by what actually took place. I believe that it was good intent that started the Crusades, but I believe that they were like a cleanup crew for the real celebration 100 years prior, on the actual 1,000 years of Jesus' death. I think this was a celebration gone awry. As I explained, some places just can't take a stampede or heavy rain. This is those times when man's foundation was fragile. There were only few places in the world that stood the test of time. Jerusalem itself may have had the resources and the experience to withstand hundreds of thousands to show up at its gates. However, those outlying cities will be swept over when the crowds of Christians buys up your town's food for the year. See, I began to see a problem with not just armies, but with massive groups of people without modern transportation.